Y'all, Wizard101 is about to do something kind of big that they haven't changed in years. So in the most recent KI Live, they basically gave updates on everything that's happening in the game, especially, I guess, going into next year. And one big announcement they made is that the Wizard101 forums are now going to be locked. I don't even blame anyone for not knowing what the Wizard101 forums are, but on the main Wizard101 website, this place has actually been where you discuss the game, where you ask questions. And for many, many years, King's House policy is that if you have an actual concern, the forum is the place to do it. Now, this forum, as cool as it sounds, it wasn't without fault. For one, you needed to pay membership in order to even actually post in the forum. And I assume that's like an anti-spam tool because, you know, if it's just an open forum that anybody could say anything about, like, you know, you could like review bomb it, you could like maybe just troll on it. So I guess that's why they had like a membership requirement to post in the forum. But beyond just needing a member, this was a very, very clunky part of the website. I made a video about this a few months ago talking about how unusable I felt it was. And it was also kind of wild because it almost seemed like as a policy, this was where they went for feedback. And I'd say the most important thing for the health of any game, Wizard101 included, is that you need good feedback. And I think a forum that's already kind of hard to use, that some people probably didn't know existed, and that you needed to pay membership to access, that's not where you get good feedback, right? Maybe there are people that had membership, had a reason to maybe not play the game anymore, and then maybe they could have left feedback in the forums after all these years, but they couldn't because they canceled their membership for whatever reason, right? The more barriers you add, the less feedback you get from people where you really want it from them probably, right? These are people that maybe they no longer play the game because of something, and maybe you should actually fix the problem that made them quit to begin with. So for a variety of reasons, I'm very, very glad that the forums aren't their primary place to go for feedback. It was just flawed. But what's replacing it? It seems to me that the official Discord server is where they're going to be, like, you know, gaining the most feedback. And if you guys have been subbed for a while, I've been posting all sorts of announcements, news, all sorts of things directly from that Discord server. It is already doing a pretty decent job of like being like a sort of epicenter for like news being spread. I think if you look at this year alone, there are countless examples of times where a Discord server where, you know, the community managers or even the devs can actually directly communicate with the community. There are many instances where that existing would have solved a lot of issues. There was a lot of chargeback issues like early this year that I think if we had, like, you know, an easy way to communicate and access the community managers, we would have had a very direct answer without all the speculation around it. Later in the same year, this year, there was like a lot of like rumors on Reddit about like a ban wave. I even covered it for a video because of how convincing it looked, but it was basically all made up. It was just a bunch of people getting banned for their own individual reasons, and enough people posted about it on Reddit where false news was spread. A Discord server earlier this year where, you know, if it was in place, that would have easily been a place where they could have been like, yo, this isn't actually happening, but thank you for your concerns. And there's also been many, like, you know, allegations. I want to call them allegations over the past couple of years where it's people actually truly believe that content creators control the game. You guys have seen this. I could be very, the list that I could make of changes that have happened in this game that have been blamed on me for just streaming, for just making content. And you know why those allegations happen? It's because people genuinely think that there are spaces where content creators are giving feedback in place of players. And while I'm never going to argue that as a content creator, I probably don't have a more direct line of communication with Wiz and the devs and all that, that's like probably just expected. It's never been the case that I can puppeteer changes directly into the game. I've never really understood the argument as to why, like, oh, the pet hatch cost went up, let's blame Sauce. Whoa. I've never understood that because I don't understand how someone who streams the game could ever be responsible for that. I have a feeling, for the most part, there's some people that don't like your boy and they want a reason to not like him even more. And then that combines with people that truly are just spreading lies knowing that they are lies. I think those two groups of people come together like the goddamn Avengers, and then you start creating a very destructive narrative. The narrative being that if you're an elite 1 or 2 or 3 people in the community, that somehow the game will move forward as your vision suggests. That's hella stupid. First off, Wiz doing that would just ruin the game because you need to base it off of everybody, not 1 or 2 people. And trust me, I don't want that type of power. I'm a dude whose diet consists of like 25% chicken nuggets. You don't want that guy controlling Wizard101. Regardless of what's true or not, now there's a Discord server where everyone feels like they have equal access to the devs and giving feedback to them. So based on my early experiences in the Discord and events that have happened in the past couple of years, I would say this Discord solves a monumental amount of issues. I think this is one of the best things that Wizard101 has done for the future of the game in a while. But that brings us to how more people can be involved. Even, you know, though I think I've definitely, like, you know, used that Discord just to, like, be informed, to interact with people, yada yada, I feel like a lot of people still don't know about the existence of it or even how to join it. I think that poses a real challenge if they're trying to make this Discord server like, you know, a town square of sorts even, right? The word needs to get out. Right now, if you want to be invited to the Discord server, right, you either need to know someone who's in it, because that's how Discord works, or you need to find an invite link that's buried under hundreds of tweets on the Wizard101 Twitter. There's plenty of people that are in the Discord just off of the fact that, you know, invite links exist on Twitter, but I feel like they need to add it in other places, right? I think the launcher is a great place to start. Make a permanent invite link happen on the Discord where everyone who plays the game knows that there's a place where they can contact the devs, receive news from the community managers, all of that jazz. The Wizard101 website needs to be advertising this a little bit better. I feel like if the forums are gone, I think they need to do a very good job of letting people know, especially the ones that use the forums, that, yo, this is a new place, this is how you join, and these are the steps to do it if you don't have a Discord. And I don't know how recruiting perms work in the Discord, but if they're not fully open, maybe assign some moderators that have invite perms. I don't know if that already exists, but if not, maybe that's a good place to start so that it's not just like, you know, 1 or 2 people that are inviting. You know, maybe there's some trusted community members that can, like, you know, be like, yo, this person plays Wiz, let me invite him to the server, right? All of that needs to happen for this to be successful, because otherwise it's going to be a little inside club, which is no worse than a content creator puppeteering a game. It is just going to be an elite group of few that puppeteer the game. I think the best outcome out of this is that people in the community are going to feel like they have efficacy, meaning like they actually feel like their opinion matters. This is something that I would argue has always been the case, but unfortunately, because of bad actors here and there taking advantage of their hate of certain content creators, I think that's something that a lot of people don't believe as much as they should. I think if you truly have strong opinions, whether you disagree with somebody else or not, this is a place to put those opinions and feel heard, and I feel like everyone who can should take advantage of it. All in all, y'all, I'm very excited to see that they're really modernizing. I think that's the real takeaway from this. I can't believe the forums have lasted this long. No hate. It's just, this isn't something that I have ever interacted with simply off of how outdated it's felt after all these years. And I'm glad they're locking it and not just deleting it. So, you know, there's still resources for people, you know, that can look up the questions of the past. Maybe they're still relevant, but I'm glad that by doing this, they're also moving into the future. Let me know what y'all think about this. Do you guys use the forums and you're gonna miss them and you actually like don't like this? Are you a Discord user? Are you in the Discord? What are your opinions of it while you're in it? There's a lot to talk about in the comments. I look forward to reading all y'all's comments. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave us a review, and if somebody hasn't told you you're awesome today, they doing something wrong. Stay awesome. See y'all soon. And yeah.